The air in Alexandria crackles with an unseen tension, a city holding its breath on the precipice of destiny. It's 30 BC, and the world's most powerful lovers, Cleopatra and Mark Antony, stand on the edge of their fate. The Roman legions, led by the formidable Octavian, are marching towards Egypt's heart, and the final, decisive conflict is imminent. This isn't just a battle for a kingdom, it's a battle for a legacy, for love, and for a way of life that hangs precariously in the balance. Before the clash of swords and the cries of war, there are the quiet moments, the stolen glances, the whispered promises, the silent fears that speak louder than any battle horn. This is the story of those last, precious hours, a glimpse into the hearts of a queen and her general as they prepare to face the storm. Inside the opulent walls of the royal palace, the grandeur feels like a fragile mask. The scent of jasmine and myrrh mingles with the cold, metallic smell of polished armor. Antony, once the celebrated hero of Rome, now finds his world shrinking to the confines of this city. His destiny intertwined with Egypt's queen. He stands on a balcony, gazing out at the Mediterranean, its waters deceptively calm. His mind is a battlefield of its own. He replays past victories, past mistakes. He thinks of Rome, the city that both made him and now seeks to unmake him. The bravado he's known for is still there, but it's tempered by a weariness that seeps into his bones. His soldiers, a mix of loyal Romans and Egyptian recruits, are ready, but their morale is a flickering candle in the wind. Many of his own legions have already deserted to Octavian's side, a betrayal that cuts deeper than any sword. He feels the weight of every choice, every gamble that has led him to this moment. Cleopatra enters the chamber, her presence a silent force. She is not just a queen, she is the living embodiment of the goddess Isis, the mother of Egypt. She sees the turmoil in Antony's eyes, a reflection of her own. She approaches him, not with the regalia of a monarch, but with the tenderness of a lover. Her hand finds his, their fingers lacing together. In that simple touch, a universe of shared history is conveyed. Their first meeting on the river Cydnus, the decadent winters in Alexandria, the birth of their children, the dream of a sprawling Eastern empire ruled from this very city. They don't need words to communicate their fears. They both know the odds are stacked against them. Octavian's propaganda has painted them as decadent, foreign tyrants, turning Roman sentiment against them. They are isolated, cornered, with only their love and their dwindling forces to rely on. Cleopatra's strength, however, is of a different kind. It is not just the strength of a military commander, but the resilience of a leader who carries the hopes of her people. She speaks to Antony, her voice a steady anchor in the swirling sea of his doubts. She reminds him not of what they stand to lose, but of what they are fighting for. She talks of their children Alexander Helios, Cleopatra Selene, and Ptolemy Philadelphosan, the future they envision for them. She speaks of Egypt, this ancient land of gods and pharaohs, a civilization that has endured for millennia and will not be easily extinguished. Her words are a balm to his wounded pride, a spark to reignite the fire in his soul. She is his strategist, his partner, his queen. In this moment, they are not just lovers, they are to halves of a single will, united against the world. She reminds him that their story will not be written by their enemies. It will be carved into the stones of history by their own actions, by their courage in the face of impossible odds. The night deepens, and the sounds of the city preparing for war drift up to them. The clatter of armor being fitted, the distant neighing of horses, the murmur of prayers from the temples. Antony and Cleopatra share a final meal, an echo of the lavish banquets they were famous for, yet subdued and intimate. They drink wine not in hedonistic excess, but as a sacrament, a toast to their shared journey. They reminisce not with sorrow, but with a fierce, defiant pride. They recall moments of laughter, of passion, of intellectual debate. They are two of the most brilliant minds of their age, drawn together by an attraction that was as much intellectual as it was physical. He, the charismatic Roman general, she, the polyglot queen who could charm statesmen and command fleets. Theirs was a partnership of equals, a concept that the patriarchal Roman world could neither understand nor tolerate. As dawn approaches, the mood shifts. The time for reflection is over. Antony dons his armor, each piece a familiar weight. Cleopatra helps him, her hands steady as she fastens the clasps of his breastplate. This is an ancient ritual, a wife preparing her husband for battle. But for them, it carries the weight of empires. There is no weeping, no dramatic farewell. Their gazes lock, and in that silent exchange, they say everything. There is love, fear, and a profound, unshakable devotion. It's a promise to fight, to endure, and to face whatever comes together. He is going to lead the land forces, his last gamble to repel Octavian's army from the gates of Alexandria. She will command the fleet, their final line of defense. They are a united front, a king and queen prepare to lead from the front lines. Antony leaves the palace, the cheers of his remaining soldiers greeting him. He rides through the streets of Alexandria, a city that has become his home. The people watch him, their faces a mixture of hope and trepidation. They are not just cheering for a Roman general, they are cheering for their protector, the consort of their queen, the man who stands between them and subjugation. He feels a surge of his old confidence. For a moment, he is the Antony of old, the brilliant cavalry commander, the man who could turn the tide of any battle. He is fighting for his honor, for his family, and for the woman who has defined the latter half of his life. Meanwhile, Cleopatra ascends to the highest point of her palace, a vantage point from which she can see both the land and the sea. The Egyptian fleet is arrayed in the harbor, their sails ready to catch the morning wind. She watches, her heart a drum beating in time with the approaching conflict. She is a pharaoh, and her fate is inextricably linked to that of her kingdom. She has spent her life navigating the treacherous currents of politics, outwitting her rivals, and securing her throne. She has loved two of the most powerful men in the world, Julius Caesar and Mark Antony, and bore children to them both. She has dared to dream of an empire that could rival Rome. Now, it all comes down to this. The silence before the first clash is the most deafening sound of all. It's a void filled with 1,000 possibilities, 1,000 potential futures. Will Antony's charge break Octavian's lines? Will the Egyptian fleet hold the harbor? Will their love be enough to defy the might of Rome? In this suspended moment, they are not yet the tragic figures of history. They are not yet the subjects of plays and poems. They are a man and a woman, deeply in love, standing against a tidal wave they know is coming. They are defiant, hopeful, and terrified all at once. The sun rises over Alexandria, casting its golden light on the city, on the soldiers, and on the two lovers at the edge of fate. The storm is about to break, and the world will be forever changed by its fury. Their story serves as a powerful reminder that even in the grand sweep of history, the most powerful forces are often the most human: love, loyalty, and the courage to face an uncertain dawn. Thank you for watching. If you were captivated by the final hours of these legendary figures, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more journeys into the most dramatic moments of history. Let us know in the comments what you find most compelling about Cleopatra and Antony's story. Until next time.